Obviously, it's been a really festive time for all of us, yesterday and today, and a lot of planning goes into these events. And one of the philosophies of Kendra is to encourage people to join us, not just at the participation level on all our events that you all saw on the video yesterday, but also as volunteers and committee members, because this is not a cartel where people block others coming in. It's an organization that needs to flourish. When it started, there was ideas like Jaisubai drove with his committee of the Samaj with Kachubai and some of the elders that are still here, that we needed to unite the community and to do something that we can at least have a mandir. There was no mandir at that time, but with the different committee members that followed, so many new ideas came out, like the Navratri and the pujas for the Navratri. And if you look at the completion of the hall and the way our team maintains the hall and looks after all the assets. And also if you look at the retirement home, we didn't just want to put something what we call a dumping place for old people. What we did as a team, we worked together to say that the parents of people or people who don't have children, they need to stay somewhere or the children have emigrated, give them a comfortable place that they can call really home. With the mandir and all the activities that place, we do our best to achieve that. But a lot of people do this work. You know, it looks like some people, including me, are there, but they are about 50, 60, 70 people who are constantly helping in every different way. Some of them don't speak a lot. You know, might remember Magan Bhai Vanmali. His touch and feel is still in this hall. He designed that look and feel of the mandir, and I still believe it's just so amazing the way he did it. Even Amitabh Bachchan, when he was here, he says, you have the most magnificent mandir. And when he spoke, when we were walking to the murtis, and he says, yo, please maintain this the way it is. And it's just his suggestion, you know. But he appreciated it. And I'm saying that it's people, they are unsung heroes in our organization. And it's not who does more, who does less. Our meetings for 25 years, we have never had an argument. We've never had a fight, but we did disagree on certain issues. But nothing cannot be solved. And every member that's here that we're giving an award to is recognition of that fact, that they don't have to come to work here. They don't have to come to help. But we all laugh together, we work together, sometimes we trip together, but we stand up and lift each other and we move forward. The Kendra is a future of another 75 years. But the work that started with our pioneers and what is being done by the present committee is to lay that foundation in more ways than one for the next 75 years. I won't be here in the next 75, and none of our members may be here. But if we teach our children our culture, our religion, and the ethic of seva, it will be the most amazing thing for the community. It's not about the Surti community, the Kathiawadi community. It's not about Gujaratis only, but Hinduism will thrive in this venue, as Chimanbhai said in yesterday's speech. And I'm saying that, you know, put your egos away. It's the three-letter word is the worst thing that you can have in your language. The ego is destructive. And if we can just become sevaks and the servants of the people, then I think that we will succeed. United we stand, and divided we fall. You're all aware of that saying, and it's so true. The Kendra will go on. We will continue working to serve the community of Durban. And in a way, set an example for the rest of Africa, because we have to learn to grow together. And that's my earnest appeal to everybody. Let's hold hands and lift our community to higher levels. And we're going to now go into a section of the awards. There are people who've been working from the very beginning, and there's no emphasis of who does more and who does less, but everyone's contributed in their own way of being there for the Kendra. And the first lot of awardees are people that we have utmost respect for everybody, but the the lifetime awards that we're giving today, as you know, we awarded the 6 presidents yesterday, but today's lifetime awards, and it's in alphabetical order, not about the bank balance or how much work they did, but it's about the work they did. It's alphabetical, and the first award goes to Bharti Lakhani. Bharti is my partner in crime on the cultural committee, and I'm standing here because I speak more than her in public. Bharti's done so much of work for Kendra, and she breathes and lives Kendra. And you know, yesterday was one of the first times she spoke at a public platform for Kendra on the vote of thanks, and I think she deserves an award for everything she does for us. Thank you, Bharti. The next person is Champak Pai. The screen's now working. Champak Pai is the original founder member of the Kendra with all the negotiations that took place, and is a pillar of strength for every time we want to do something. He's so happy to support us and encourage us. Although he flies a lot around the world now, he's always a Kendra man at heart. So we want to thank him for everything he continues to do for us. Harish Narsi, he calls himself Harish Chandra, and Harish is the most silent, hard-working member of the Kendra. The last 3 nights we worked late together before yesterday, and he's always doing things technically or on our samachars or SMSs or organizing events, the religious stuff, and he's a superstar of Kendra. And I just want to say thank you, Harish, for everything you do and being our partner through everything. The next silent man is Himat Jamnadas. He was there. I've never seen him get angry. I've never heard him use a swear word. He smiles every time there's a problem, but he solves problems for us, and he is very instrumental in our samachars or any communications or any committee work, ably supported by his wife Saroj, but Himat's been there from day one for us. Jaisukbhai Balji is one of the strongest members of Kendra. Jaisukbhai Balaji was one of the leading members of Samaj that agreed to start Kendra. He was instrumental to say that we as Gujaratis, 27 years ago when they first met, to say Gujaratis should work together. And he continues to sort of wage the battle to do that. And he's very steadfast, and he doesn't pull his punches because he speaks from his heart. And I really respect him as our patron for what he has done for Kendra. The next policeman we have is Jerry McGee, the person who's worked at a bank, becomes a banker in our place. He sticks to the rules, and he always tells us that there's only one way to do it, and that's the right way. He's been in various positions of treasurer, etc. He's currently the deputy president of Kendra, but with his guidance, we've always stayed on the right path. And I'd like to say thank you to Jerry and welcome him to accept the award. The next J is Jashwant Lal Ranchod, Jashwant. And Jashwant was the founder member and worked diligently with Maganbai in that mandir. When the builders had put when the original design of the murtis and the stapna was wrong, he came with a forklift into the mandir to help us break down the wrong stapna before we did the murtis, etc. And he's been in various positions at Kendra. And it took people like this who had the courage and to do things that went beyond the ethic, not the ethic, but beyond the duty of service or seva. And Jashwant, besides all the posts you had, we really thank you for everything you did for us. And the next person is actually my Guruji, Kachubai Manji. Besides giving me a job, the first time in my life as an article clerk, he's been my pillar of strength, and he's always taught me the good habits and the right habits. In the Kendra, he has the title. He had the title deeds of the Samaj. He has all the agreements, the lease agreements, all the paperwork. He used to go to see the lawyers and the accountants. And Kachubai is just one special human being. He's still on our committees, and I just bow to him to say, Kachubai, thank you for every single thing you've done for us. As humble as he is, the man of few words. And I call upon Francis. Francis was our first employee at Kendra, and everybody knows Francis, ever willing, ever helpful, ever smiling, and he's a very religious person, and he served us so well. I just want to say thank you so much, Francis, for everything you do, and we love you. Thank you very much. The next person is another silent worker, Purush Percy Patel. Percy, we met him for the first time with the Navaratri, and when Ghanshyambai came for the first Navaratri, we didn't have the retirement home and we were looking for accommodation. Percy and Nethal were staying in Valbro Chambers, and they said they'll volunteer to look after the group at their apartment, their flat in Valbro Chambers. That's an advert for JMV too. But Percy and them came out of the blues and volunteered, and they've never stopped working for the religious, the cultural, the manco. And I just say, Percy and to Neta, thank you very much for being there for us. Today's function, we need to commend him. The planning of this function was led by him. He's a very quiet person, but he does a lot of good work for us. The next person you might not have met before, his name is Ramanik Bhai Juta. If you really want to describe Mr. Juta, he is Mr. Kendra. At 2 o'clock in the morning, if somebody is sick, Mr. Juta is on the road. If somebody has got any problem, the staff has got a problem, the committee needs something, or even members of the public want to know about Kendra, you cannot get a better ambassador than Ramanik Bhai. Ramanik Bhai, thank you, thank you, thank you. The next person is Suren Kubarchi. Suren has been our founder member as well, and Suren is set this trend for the secretarial work and the bureaucracy and how the systems work and keeping a committee alive right from the very beginning. He still serves as a trustee of Kendra, and has always helped us in different ways. Right now he's helping us with our insurance policies and also some issues on the Constitution and the library, and he continues to help us. I just want to say thank you very much, Suren, for everything you do for us. On the last but not least of the awards for lifetime is Professor Ushaben Desai. And obviously, you all know she is the very famous late Nandebai's daughter, and she's kept the flag of Gujarati alive. She's the only person that has a doctorate in South Africa in Gujarati. She's always helpful and supportive, and the Gujarati school thrives with Anlilaben, with Ushaben, but Ushaben's been there from the very first day of Kendra's formation, and we really thank you, Ushaben, for this.
You know, when they're on stage, there's too much they're nervous, before these awards, they try to listen to, the contribution is
Now, there have been various committee members and that have served in the 25 years. Many of them are still there, from founder members to now. Some have sort of done work intermittently depending on the family and work and travel circumstances. But we recognize all of them, and we'll call them up alphabetically, but I'd like to first call Praveen Parekh, because he's been a bit ill recently, but he's graciously come through to the Kendra. He's another silent worker who does work. He just makes a call out, but doing this for you, I'm doing that. So Praveen, I thank you so much for coming through and all that you do for Kendra. You might notice our photographer in training. Mahek is doing the photographs. Little Mahek. She's not so little now. Okay, I'm going to go through these fairly rapidly because we've got a long program now. Ajit Desai, who serves on our Business Affairs Committee and guides us on our IT and Wi-Fi. Amritlal Soni, who helps us on the religious side and also the management committee. Anuradha Mehta, you all know Anu. She's always there on the temple. She's with the Vastras, all our religious functions, the bhajan groups. Anu, thank you very much. Asha Parekh, Praveen's better half. Asha is behind the scenes worker. She'll be supporting Bhakti with so many things we do. Avnish Ramji, our late bloomer. These are some of the new people that have come with more ideas, better ideas. Avnish is one of them. Avnish, thank you very much for joining us. Bharat Kalidas. Bharat has spent a lot of time with us on the committee. Recently, his health has prevented him from joining us all the time. But Bharat, thank you very much. He also helps us sometimes with the India artists and things like that. Chandaben Mehta. Chandaben is also a silent worker. I mean, there are times when she's on her knees in the mandir or in the bridal fair, cleaning the floor, and you don't realize the work that people do behind the scenes. She supports us so often, and we really appreciate Chandaben's work and all the time that she supports us. But Baba Mehta is not here, so we recognize him as well. He apologized that he can't make it. Danlilaben Narsi. Danlilaben, for education, I give her 10 out of 10. She works with the teachers, she works with the children, she works with the students, she works on the excursions. She also translates our stuff into Gujarati. She is such a big help to us. She only complains when we keep Harish away at night. Dylan Kalyan. Dylan has one of the youngsters and he's helped us tremendously in the bridal fair. He was for a while the head lead in the bridal fair. And Dylan, thank you for everything and we appreciate it. Dhanlakshmi Ben Desai. Dhanlakshmi Ben has a long history of service to the broader Hindu community of Durban. She's been on our Manco for many, many years and she always brings the balance of discussion when she's present. Also, she serves highly on the Hindu Mahasabha and she does a lot of work for the community and spends a lot of time for volunteering. Dilip Popat, as we call him Dilu, he's the secretary of the Kendra and he's always putting together the bhajan groups and you all know he plays the tabla so well and he's a musician, but he's there for Kendra from almost day one. Deepak Gandhi. Deepak has been with us probably about 15-20 years on the committees and he's always supporting all our functions and helping with his wife Pramila. Ekta Gandecha. Ekta is again a new bloomer who's come into the Kendra. We were in Rishikesh together, so I had that privilege spending time before Mahek was born. And Ekta's baby, Mahek, has done so well. She used to roll in the mandir, but just look at how she's bloomed. Stay with Kendra, send your children to Kendra, you can see what they can do. So Ekta also organized this function with Sunita and with Mahesh and also with Avnish. And there's a lot of helpers there, but you need direction and these ladies have kindly done that for us. Girish Valji, he brings a sense of finance to us, but his accounting knowledge and discipline as well as being on our business affairs committee and management, he does a lot of work for us behind the scenes and advises us on stuff that are properly managed. Thank you, Girish. You notice that some of the people are much younger than the older school that we're running Kendra, so there's good future in the succession of Kendra and the sustainability. Hitesh Daya is one of them. Obviously, he helps on a lot of the functions and he's followed his dad onto the committee and it's a real pleasure to work with when he's working with us on various issues on religious or bridal fair. Himendra Soni, very willing assistant in everything we do. He's in the mandir almost every day and he's on our management committee and he's always with us. Thank you. Jay Magan is the joker in our pack. He's never not joking, but he's been a stalwart from the beginning of the formation of Kendra and he's stayed with us and always served us in a most faithful way. And he's still with us as a trustee. Thank you very much, Jay. Kamudini Garaj. Kumud Ben, obviously she's also a Pandita. Kumud Ben has been an amazing person to work with. You all saw her today in operation, how she helped with the havans and everything we did. And you know, she's again a very silent worker. Anytime we need help in the mandir or there's any shortcomings, she's always standing by us. Thank you very much, Kumud Ben. Keshav Soni, our legal person. Katie is of the legal profession and he's always guiding us at management level and he's ever willing and Mr. Smiler. Every time you see him, he's got these two big teeth you'll see straight away. Thank you very much, Katie. Madhuben Garaj. Madhuben Garaj, from the beginning, she's been with us and she ever willing with the bhajan groups and you hear her melodious voice. She's supporting Anuradha all the time and she does a lot of work in the temple and we're helping with the bhajan group which struggles sometimes, as you know. And the next person who's really come to the fore is Mahesh, not physically, emotionally and spiritually as well. Mahesh came from India many years ago, but Mahesh has taken the role of a leader that, you know, has brought a new dimension to Kendra. Because he deals with the parents of the children and he deals with the children, it's different from old people holding posts and not thinking beyond their nose. He is dealing with the parents' issues, he's dealing with the children's issues, the school issues, cultural issues, the music classes, the dance classes, and I'm the figurehead in front, but there's a man who's doing all the work, including yesterday and today's function. So thank you very much, Mahesh. Mukesh Devji. Mukesh is always on our standby, not just for being a dentist. He's always helping us. You can just make a call to Mukesh that we need you to help. And Mukesh has been there for many years for us, and I just want to say thank you so much, Mukesh. And another younger person, Mahesh, because his children are in Gujarati school and Hindu classes, and he helps and with his good wife. They help us with so much of technical and all the religious work, and we really welcome him. Just to say, his good wife was the person who organized the horses for our opening in 1993. She was a volunteer then, and she did arrange the horses, not about what they were dropping, but they were marching in the parade. Thank you for that. Netal Patel. Okay, Netal, as you all know, has done so much work, but she's always behind the scenes. She actually is the manager of our kitchen at the retirement home, and she's busy preparing what we're going to eat just now, or I think she should have prepared it. So she's not here, but she apologizes. You all don't appreciate the Navratri event. The Garbas are all planned, the musicians are instructed by her, and she does an enormous amount of work very quietly behind the scenes. That's the power behind Percy, and both of them do so much for us. Today her daughter, Priya, will receive the award for her purely because she's working right now for us. Yeah. Neeta and Paresh Narsi, they can't be here with us, but we're recognizing them. They did some fantastic work as co-conveners with Dylan Kalyan and with us at the bridal fair, and lots of work at religious. Neeta and Paresh, they were here yesterday and they'll have to leave a bit early, but we have awards for them and we will present them to them. The next awardee is Premila Gandhi, Mrs. Deepak Gandhi, but I think we should call him Mr. Premila. You all know the work Premila does. Premila has been doing work for the nursery schools for years at Surat Center, and she continues with us, and she's always helping us in all the work we do at Kendra, especially the cultural functions. Preeti Parbu brings another dimension to our work. She's always at the front desk and handling inquiries, handling invitations, and handling all the work we do. Preeti, thank you so much. The India models really helped us in Kendra. Rajan Bika. Everybody knows Rajan. Rajan's the manager of our retirement home. He was on management committee long before that, and now he serves in a sort of role. You know, if you're an employee, you can't be a committee member, but he serves the role. Every function is coordinated with Ramribai and himself by our committee. Just to have people reliable in our house makes life very easy for us. So Rajan, thank you for everything you do. He's also experienced in maintenance and replacement of or repairing tiles, and you know, we've got a handyman, but Rajan's got that fine eye to make sure the premises are kept well. Rajesh Parshottam, Magistrate Raju, like they say in India. He's a newcomer onto our committees and he helps us on quite a few religious functions. And I just say, Raju, welcome to our committee and thank you for everything you do. Samir Mistry. Samir is the youngest person who's been on our management committee and our exco. He was our treasurer for many years and he's such a disciplined person. We were disappointed that he had to step down from treasurer because he was diligent with the accounting and auditing and everything, which is very important in an organization. And due to family reasons, because he's got 3 very young children, and he's taken what you call a sabbatical. He will come back because he's such a good worker for the community and for Kendra. And I just say thank you for everything you do for us. Yeah. He says it's on record, he has to come back. Saroj Jamnadas. Saroj is a star for us, you know, she's everywhere, doing everything for us. And anytime we have a meeting, we want to read the samachar, we want to write articles for the Bridal Fair magazine, proofread them, and the religious functions. She made all the calls to Praveen Gordon to make sure he was here yesterday. Saroj is another silent partner and the strength behind him. Saroj, thank you very much for everything you do. Shailesh Rampara. Shailesh is another India model, and he's always there every day helping Ramanik Bhai in the mandir and organizes religious events for us. And also another silent person behind the scenes. Thank you very much, Shailesh. Shanil Parbu. Shanil is another one of our youth. He does a lot of work behind the scenes, and especially like the bridal fair, he handles a lot of the youth himself and brings them and manages them. And I just want to say thank you, Shanil, for being there. And also, people like you will be the future of Kendra. Sunita Ramji. This is also one of the hardest workers in Kendra because she's organizing cultural, she's organizing religious, and she's organizing bridal fair. She's part of the bridal fair committee, always helping us. And you don't hear her, you just see her doing the work. And you know, the few people that really puts in a lot of effort. Mr. Preeti Parbu. Sorry, Suresh Parbu. Suresh, as you all know, besides being a medical practitioner, he's been with us for more than 20 years on the committee. And sometimes we wonder if the 3 Parbus on our committee will override any decisions. But Parbu is a good surname. Thank you for everything you do. Umesh Moral. Umesh has been about the time that Percy and Nathal joined us, Umesh joined us and took the Navaratri with them to a much higher level. He also was a convener of the bridal fair for about 10 years and he's always been helpful for that, and we thank you for that, Umesh, for being there for us. Vikash Naran. Vikash Nachi? Saroj, Vikas basically had a shave yesterday to come to this function. Haircut as well. We'll call on Saroj you okay? Vikas is another one of our youth. He might look big, so we don't argue with him. But Vikas is the most gentlest smiling face you can have on our committee. Any work, you phone him and he's there to do it. So I just want to record, most of you all know Vikas. Thank you, Vikas. Vinay Bana. I think Vinay Bana couldn't leave his business. His staff was off today, but he's not here, so we'll award it to him. The last 3 awards, Vinay Daya. He's still looking after Gandhi Hall after we sold it, Samaj sold it. Vinay is also helpful, particularly on the religious committee and also on the management committee. Vinay, thank you very much for everything you do for us. I probably call the next recipient an angel, Vinay Soni. Vinay is there. Vinay is there for all bhajans, for the whole community, anyway it's happening. With his melodious voice and his very friendly nature, he just wins everybody over. And he does so much work for Gujarati school children. On Fridays he comes to teach them to sing bhajans and all. And you know, people have just come to join us and it makes such a difference to the community. When you see the children in every religious event now singing, Vinay is partly responsible for that. And he encourages the parents. So Vinay, thank you so much. And the last but not least is Vandan Chaganlal. He is the grandson of Pralal Bhai Lakhani. So he's in training. He's one of the youth that's up and coming, always smiling and helping every single department of Kendra. So then, as you see, there's 3 generations of committees that we have, and they all work together harmoniously, passing the baton forward for the future of Kendra. In conclusion, I'd just like to thank all the families that support our committee members, and without them, we couldn't do this work. And I just want to thank the wives and husbands of the committee members and give them a hand for letting us work at Kendra. We're just going to play, you might have seen the 2-minute video on the people who passed on. We're going to play a 2-minute video and then the 8-minute video of Kendra for people who might have missed it yesterday. So we're going to play that and then continue the formalities. I thank you all. Jai Shri Krishna. For 30 minutes, she's going to sing bhajans and we'd like you to participate in Garba so you can get hungry enough to enjoy a good lunch after that. So please join in with the bhajans as well as the Garbas. Thank you very much.
Gentlemen and children, it is my great honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on the special day of Kendra's 25 years anniversary. Proceedings of this morning as a result of the combined efforts of our motivated and dedicated committee members. The attention to the detail today and yesterday shows how, as a society, continue to try to uphold the respect of our community. Firstly, I would like to thank Almighty God, Paramatma, without whose blessings and guidance this would not have been possible. Secondly, I would like to thank Kendra's President, Mr. Mauji, and all the members of the EXCO, MENCO, trustees and ex-presidents and cultural and religious committees. This morning, our officiating priests, Sri Kuldeep Bhai, Sri Kirit Bhai and Sri Kirti Bhai Pandya, to taking us through the spiritual involvement this morning and the Havan for us. We really appreciate Ramnik Bhai Juta, Mr. Rajan Vika, and Kendra and the Kendra Garden staff to arrangements of this hall and yesterday, Ireshman. We appreciate the enormous efforts put in by the religious chairman, Mr. Urvashi Patel. An event like this cannot happen overnight. We are being very fortunate to have backed up by our such dedicated team. Subhash Bhai, for sound factor for providing the sound. Without him, we would not be able to listen to the wonderful prayers rendered by our priest. Mr. Neon for magic lighting and for the LED screen. Video Vision team for all their hard work and effort. Mr. Adil Mangru and Vishay Soni for videography and photography. Mr. Sudeep Raj for his support and vision for commitment in putting this function together. Mr. Shevan Singh in providing the graphics and Mr. Mr. Rakesh Maharaj from Epic Entertainment for technical support. The decor you see, the tables were provided by Bhagwan Strangers. Ritesh Bula from Safety Screen providing the smoke exit for making us comfortable in the spot without the smoke. We had just witnessed lovely soulful. We'll be witnessing the soulful bhajans from Andy Show and not forgetting Dance and Nico and Amita Kalyan for providing music to support at no cost. We are grateful to Kevin Donald Plan for Deco World for providing beautiful deco we have just witnessed earlier. Then lastly, the audience, you, without your support and your presence, it would have been possible. Not forgetting our Kendra garden cook and the staff for preparing the scrumptious meal that will be having at the completion of our function. Our list can go on and on, but if I have forgotten anyone, please forgive me and accept our heartfelt thanks and gratitude. Thank you and namaste. Jai Shri Krishna.